I love to do my exercise in the backyard. The beautiful sunshine, fresh air, flowers, plants, so peaceful. Sometimes the sounds of the birds is amazing while you're doing your exercise. Your mind is just focusing on what you're doing, and it make you feel like you want to go on and on and on. The trampoline was my best friend this summer. I did my exercise on my own pace any time of the day, and I felt so good, so happy. I just couldn't get enough of it. And what I love about the trampoline exercise, you can get a whole body workout because you can exercise your arms, your heart is getting exercise, your breathing, and your lungs as well. Hi guys, welcome back to Sherman's Kitchen. It is time to pick some fresh vegetables and herbs from the garden, and let's make a beautiful recipe today. I had to climb on the stool to get this one, but it's all worth it. This one is a biggie. I don't need stool for this one. Oh my goodness. Nice and fresh and organic. So we're gonna pick our first okra for the season. This one is not too big, but for the recipe that I'm gonna be using it in, we need nice young okra, and this is just perfect for the recipe I'm gonna add it to today. And let's pick all these tomatoes before the squirrel get to them. And I mentioned that I already picked one. This is the next ripest one, and I think I'm gonna pick those two right here. And we have two more here. They're gonna ripe inside. I'm gonna leave them on my counter to ripen. And these two, I'll leave them for a little bit longer on the plant, and then we'll pick them when it's a little bit more ripe. And for this specific recipe, I'm gonna try out our bird pepper or green chili peppers. I'm just gonna try about two. Let's see, I'm gonna do another one. Three we're gonna use for this recipe. So we're gonna also pick some broadleaf thyme. These nice big ones. I always go for the nice bigger ones. And I'm gonna pick some oregano. Check out my basket. I'm gonna cut some fresh oregano. And I'm gonna blend these to make a green seasoning. Look at that. Smell that oregano. Beautiful smell. And I'm gonna pull out some green onions. These are nice and big. So this recipe is gonna have some beautiful fresh ingredients. I'm gonna rinse these out with my garden hose, and let's go inside and make a nice beautiful gray snapper fish curry with all these fresh ingredients. So let's start now to prepare our beautiful fish curry, and I'm gonna use a karela that I picked from my plant outside to add to this fish curry. Let me just wash it quickly. So let's cut this nice organic freshly picked karela. If I had left it one more day on the vine, it would have gotten ripe. And I think these seeds can still plant because they're almost ripe inside. Once they have this red looking color, that means it's ready and you can plant them. So let's put this on the side. And karela really give fish curry a beautiful flavor, that nice bitterish taste. So we're gonna cut these into nice chunky pieces so they can cook and still hold up in the dish. I think one is good enough. So we have enough pieces here for our fish curry. So here are my fresh ingredients that we're gonna use for this fish curry. And I have here my oregano, freshly picked from the garden. We're gonna take out the nice leaves and blend these up to a green seasoning. And then we will use that to put together into our curry. And we're gonna add our garlic. Garlic is a must for our green seasoning. In the blender it goes. I'm gonna add my broadleaf thyme. I remember when I was back home, we mostly cook with broadleaf thyme because everybody had a plant in their yard growing up in the countryside. Some people had fine thyme, but not everybody had one. And some green onions that we just picked from the garden. And I love my fresh ingredients for all of my recipes. Even when it's winter, I try my best to find fresh ingredients for all my cooking, as you guys know. Fresh ingredients always bring out the best results. Next, we're gonna remove some of these leaves from the fine thyme to add to our green seasoning. And fine thyme is something that I love to have in my kitchen all year long. The flavor of fine thyme is absolutely amazing and it goes well in so many dishes. So fine thyme is going in. With a little bit of water in the blender, we're gonna chunk up the ingredients nicely, not too fine, not too big. And this is the liquid gold here, the green seasoning for our fish curry. So this is my nice fresh okra that I picked from the tree outside, and I like to cut off the bottom and the top. I'm adding 4 more okras to this just to make it up nicely because one is not enough. I'm becoming to love okra. Okra is so delicious. It's so full with nutrients, and especially when it's fresh, it's amazing. So I look for the ripest tomato from the garden that we picked, and we're gonna use this one to add to our fish curry. Maybe 2. I'm just gonna check it out to see because it looks like we have a lot of delicious ingredients here already. So once your ingredients is fresh, you don't need too much because you're gonna get the best result in the flavor. This tomato smells so nice. I like to eat raw tomatoes, and for my bird pepper, I am just gonna remove the stems and I'll add these to the pot, nice and whole, just like that. It smells hot. So for our curry, I'm gonna add some roasted ground geera that I always make myself. And I'm gonna leave the measurement and ingredients that I'm using today in the description box below. For fish curry, I like to go in with my freshly ground geera. If you like to add some masala in there, that's fine. I'm gonna add some turmeric. I love turmeric in my curries. It's good for us and it brings out a very nice curry. So we have 2 of those. And I use Lala's curry powder, sometimes Indie curry powder, depends on what I'm cooking. And sometimes I use the goat and duck curry powder if I'm making lamb, goat, or duck, or some other dishes. So we're gonna add about 2.5 of the curry powder. So those are my spices. And this is how my spices look. We have our curry powder, we have our geera and turmeric. We're gonna add our green seasoning in there. So into the spices, we're gonna add all our blended seasoning in there and mix this to a curry paste. Now we're gonna add our curry paste with all the spices and the masala in there, and this is how it looks. Beautiful and nice. Look at that. Amazing. Into the hot oil. So you want to cook this, mix it in well, and let it cook until the color changes to a nice brown color, and until it starts sticking to the bottom of the pan. It smells so nice in here. Oh my goodness. So let's check on our curry, how it's doing. And as you can see, they say when the oil is floating on the top, you know that the spices are well and cooked nicely. So we're gonna mix this. I like to put a little bit of water in here so those spices can really open up and get flavorful, married into that fresh ingredients. And everything can well and combine together. I'm gonna cut up a fresh onion. I like to add my onion at this point. So let's cut our onions to add. And this curry is really smelling good. I'm telling you. So we're gonna add our onions. And then we're gonna mix this in. And we're gonna go in here and add some salt. We can always taste and add more later. So here are my snapper pieces. I have a piece of head and I have some tail and some nice slices. I already seasoned with some green seasoning and some salt. We're gonna go in and add the fish into our curry paste now that it's already combined and the spices and all my fresh ingredients is well and incorporated in here. We're gonna carefully add the fish. You can fry the fish if you like before adding it. I like to add fresh fish to my curry. And when I add my coconut milk in there, it's gonna give a beautiful flavor. This head here is going in for me. The rest of the head I use to make some soup. But I took out this piece specifically to make a curry because I enjoy the bony part of the fish. So I'm gonna give it a nice turn now so that flavor can really mix into the fish. We're gonna turn everything over like that. And look at the beautiful color here of this curry. Oh my gosh, so nice. We're gonna allow the fish to cook until its natural water is completely dried out. And then we will go in with our coconut milk and all the other toppings that we have to go with this fish curry. So the curry is looking good. That natural water is gone. We're gonna go in and add our coconut milk. And I have just about 2.5 cups of liquid here. This is the coconut milk. along with water, freshly squeezed coconut milk. If you don't have fresh coconut milk, of course you can add powdered or cream if you like. So this is going in. And remember, we have to put enough to cook the fish, the karela, the ochro, and the tomatoes. Today, I'm not gonna add mangoes because I have karela in there. And I'm not gonna add any saijan, so it's a kind of a different toppings today, or addition, I should say, instead of mangoes and those things. The karela would have a nice bitter taste, which will work as nice as how the mango would work. So let's add our karela in here now so they can soften up and cook quickly, because the fish will cook fast. Fish doesn't take too long. We're gonna spread them out. Everything fresh and organic. It's gonna be a wow fish curry. So we're gonna go in and add our okra so they can cook and soften up as well. And this is the fresh one. You can see the color is different. Those ones are frozen. And I'm gonna add my green chili to steam in here. We're gonna go in and add our tomatoes. Oh my gosh, this is making me hungry. How about you guys? My fish curry is looking nice. The sauce is looking very nice, rich and creamy. I slow cooked the fish curry and everything looked like it's already cooked. I'm gonna turn off my stove because the sauce or the gravy is really thick, and I'm gonna plate up soon and let you all know how this tastes. And here it is, my friends, the lovely gray snapper curry cooked in coconut milk, my karela from the garden, my green bird pepper or chili from the garden, the okra, tomatoes, so fresh ingredients. And you guys know, a dish like this, I am not gonna eat with utensils. I'm gonna put that aside and I'm gonna go in with my fingers. I am drooling and I can't wait to let you guys know how this tastes. So I took a piece of the karela or bitter melon, which will go very nice in this fish curry. The food is nice and hot. I'm gonna take a little piece of the tomato, garden fresh organic tomatoes, and a piece of that pepper juice in there. Let's taste. This first mouthful goes to all the viewers and everybody who was there with me to plant the garden from the beginning to the end. Cheers. You guys know the ingredients is fresh. The coconut milk is rich and creamy in there. It took away all the bitterness of the karela, right? I didn't taste any bitterness of the karela. And the food is nice and hot and everything is fresh. It's absolutely amazing. Oh my god. And I have to take a piece of this okra. Okra is very good for us. Lots of health benefits. So please, as much as you guys can get to cook okra or sneak it in any food, try to do it. It's very beneficial. I wish if you guys can taste what I am tasting. So now this is the fish. I'm going to break a piece of the fish. And this is my gray snapper. It's well seasoned. And I like the bony part. So I took a piece of the tail and a piece of the slice of the fish. And I'm going to taste this. Gray snapper is one of my favorite fish, any which way and form. That is absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna take my time, enjoy this with my fingers in my enamel plate. I will catch you guys later. I hope I inspire some of you to plant a vegetable garden next year or a herb garden. You will enjoy your meals and your dishes so much with fresh ingredients. Take care. God bless. Love you all. Bye for now.